Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about 5 films you should watch this Halloween. Not necessarily films that have come out this year, but films that I just truly recommend to watch this spooky season. Let's get into these. Smile. Absolutely, and Smile too, whilst I'm at it, to be honest. Smile centres around Dr. Rose Cotter, who, after witnessing a bizarre, traumatic incident involving a patient, starts experiencing unexplainable, horrific occurrences. Smile truly stands out to me because it's unlike any horror film I've ever seen before. Genuinely, I thought this was going to be just another one of those modern horror, flicks that were just amazing marketing, but then it actually turns out to be a flop. But this wasn't the case for this film and the second one. The paranoia that progressively builds in this film and the terrifying experiences are what make this movie so goddamn good. And as I mentioned Smile 2, I would even argue that this is better than the first film, just because there is more consequence of what is happening. And I don't want to give much away, but it is just so good, and how it affects different people, different individuals in their lives. It's definitely got the same idea, the same rules as the first film, but it's not a repeat. It's so good. So if you haven't watched this one yet, I would recommend maybe watching it this Halloween. Get it in there. So Trap is I think it came out either this year or last year, and it's one of those films where I wished I hadn't watched the trailer before then watching the actual film. So my biggest piece of advice is to not watch the trailer for this film if you haven't already. If you have, that's absolutely fine, but obviously it's given a major part of the film away, but it still holds up. The film is still amazing, even knowing the major part of the plots of the story. So Trap revolves around a guy who is taking his teenage daughter to a concert of an artist she adores. But they soon realise they're at the centre of a dark and sinister event while watching the concert. It becomes apparent that there is a killer on the loose and that security are trying to find the criminal and bring them to justice. As part of this, they guard the exits and check every single person who is leaving during and after the concert. The tension in this film is sublime. It's one of M. Night Shyamalan's stronger films, I would definitely argue. And it's a great one to watch this Halloween because it's not scary necessarily, but it keeps you on the edge of your seat. Longlegs. Oh my gosh. So I went to see Longlegs last summer in the cinema, and I was expecting a lot from this film, mainly due to the trailer, and it also has obviously Nicolas Cage in and Micah Monroe from It Follows, and I absolutely adore that film. I talk about it in this video here if you're interested, but yeah, I thought if she's going to be in it, if he's going to be in it, it's going to be good, right? Now, I just want to say, although I don't think the film lived up to the trailer, okay, I've said it, I think it's unfair to then rate it based on that, because even though it didn't, it is still a jaw-dropping, shocking watch. It is done so well. Nicolas Cage in it is, I can't even describe how just it gets under your skin creepy, you know? That's how good he was. The film is centred around FBI agent Lee Harker, played by Micah Monroe, who is assigned to an unsolved serial killer case that takes an unexpected turn, revealing evidence of the occult. I honestly didn't know where the story was going to go, and it goes somewhere very dark. It definitely is one of those films that keeps you sat on the edge of your seat, and it stays with you for quite a while after. Another M. Night Shyamalan film that I absolutely love, and quite an older one, is Signs. This one has that perfect autumnal spooky feeling for this season, but in the form of aliens. And I don't think I'm giving anything away by saying that, because it happens, it's pretty obvious very soon into the film, so. And on the cover as well. It's right there. So former priest Graham Hess moves to a farmhouse with his family where crop circles begin to appear. At first, he ignores the signs, but is alarmed when alien activities are spotted around the world. Signs is a really interesting watch because it's from the perspective of just a family out in a farmhouse. So instead of those disaster movies that you get where the whole world is reacting to these alien invasions, it's literally from the perspective of one family and how they are dealing with it. It also references religion in this film, and it provides a different lens to look at these events through and their connections. And that's all I'm going to say. But yeah, this is a really good pick if you're not a fan of the scarier side of things, but still want to feel a little bit creeped out, you know? And lastly, one of my favourite horror films of all time, even though I forgot about it for a while. I only watched it again the other week and it's just so good. What Lies Beneath. It is one of the first horror or thriller films I ever watched, and it has stuck with me ever since. So I must have been, 10, 11. It is over 2 hours long, which is interesting for a horror film or paranormal film, but there is a lot to it, so it does make sense. The film centres around a married couple, Claire and Norman, who live in a lakeside home in Vermont. Claire starts to experience disturbing paranormal activity around the home, and slowly the truth behind the hauntings is revealed. It is such a good plot for a film because it genuinely sends you on a goose hunt to find out why she's experiencing the things she is. And there are also so many scenes that keep you hooked on the screen and you cannot look away for love nor money. This is a little more on the scary side, and it's perfect if you like a paranormal flick on Halloween. And those are my 5 picks for Halloween this year, and these 5 are genuinely ones I would go back and watch over and over again. So if you do watch any of these, let me know what you thought, and if you've seen any of these, let me know what you thought. And until next time guys, take care.